Welcome to Flat Out Racing Bets, Brickyard 400 edition. I'm your host, David Hurst. I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Mr. Kevin Hurst. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Ready to go. Big day. Big day for us folks from Indianapolis. Big day for the Motor Speedway. Should be an exciting race, I think. I do believe these cars are going to put on a show today. So pretty excited. Looking forward to it.
Let's hope. It's journeying into the unknown. We have no idea how these cars are going to race. And the Xfinity race pretty good yesterday. Had a good finish at least. So let's see if we can do the same today.
Yeah.
A little concerned. I was doing some research. I don't know if you did any research. Did you see that the pit speed limit might be near 40 miles an hour? Am I seeing
I
this
did
correct?
not.
Yesterday it was 45. If it's 40 miles an hour, there's not going to be any way these guys are going to be able to flip stages because they're going to go a lap down. So we got to keep that in mind because that's how Ryan Blaney was able to win last week. And I'm sure that was part of the strategy coming into this, but can't be too far behind if that's your plan today.
It's a long pit road, right?
Well, long and narrow.
Travel.
So I think that's probably why it's a little slow because they're afraid of people getting ran over. But
yeah,
that's the risk you take if you're on pit road, I think. So who you liking today?
Well, I agree with you. I think it's going to be tough today. We don't know how these cars are going to work. I did a little research and saw that they're going to run their intermediate cars today. So I kind of looked at the results from Pocono a little bit, looked at some past results. I think it's going to be a crew chief's race today. Who's got the biggest notebook from the past years? Obviously, Rodney Childers probably does. I don't think Josh Berry's going to be a factor today. The Fords looked good yesterday. The Fords have looked good in the past. And last 5 races, we've seen the Fords come on. We've seen some long runs take place, and the Fords have really stepped up. So I got a couple guys. I'm on Ryan Blaney today. You mentioned him. I am on Ryan Blaney. Fords have taken the last 3 there. They looked good yesterday in the Xfinity race. Horsepower looked good. So I looked at Blaney. I'm going to put some money on Chase Elliott as well in the Chevrolet camp. He looked good yesterday in qualifying. So one other guy out of the Hendrick camp. I'm all over William Byron today. And I know he struggled a little bit, but Byron at Pocono and Byron at Michigan. I am on William Byron to win today. I like where he stands right now. So we'll be looking there. And I'll be looking at Christopher Bell as well. That's probably a long shot, but Christopher Bell has Adam Stevens on the tower today. He'll be calling the shots. And for those of you that don't know, Mr. Stevens has won a couple times with Kyle Busch and the Toyotas around there. So I'm looking at Christopher Bell as well. So it's going to be tough. It may be a live bet only race. I may have to wait and see what happens in the first stage, but I'm a little bit concerned about passing. A little bit concerned. We talk about coming from the back of the pack. We've talked about that before, and there's a couple guys that got to come from the back, and I don't know if they can do it today. Today is going to be tough. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's going to be interesting. I do like the Fords a little bit, though. Like I said, Byron looks good. So where are you at? Where do you stand?
I got it kind of broken down into like 3 tiers here. I got 3 drivers that I think are strong, real strong. I think Hamlin, Reddick, and Larson are real strong. And the boards, I mean, in the Bet365 likes them all the same, plus 425 for all 3 of them. I'd probably lean Hamlin as my favorite. I'd go Hamlin, Reddick, Larson. I think Hamlin is going to do all he can do today to win this race. He wants to win this race, and that's probably a dangerous combination. I think he was going to win this race in the COVID year, and he blew a tire. I think Harvick won that race. So you're right on Childers, because I think Harvick's won a couple times with him. So Barry could be a threat, for a top 10, but not to win. Yeah, he ain't gonna win this race. There's no doubt about it. Then I got a second tier of drivers. And I'm glad you said Christopher Bell because his practice averages are up there. So I don't know if he just missed it on qualifying or what happened. But plus 2,000, we got to bet that,
Yeah.
right? How do you not bet that? Alex Bowman has been real strong lately. I think he's slowest of the Hendrick camp this week, but I'm not going to count him out. Plus 2,000. Let's do it. Let's put a little money on it.
Yeah, you have to.
I like Blaney at 1,000 plus 1,000. Keselowski was a little strong last week. He had a top 10 car, maybe top 5 car if things would have worked out a little different. He's setting at 1,600 to win the race. So he's won here before as well on the oval. So
yeah, and his stats for Michigan, if you want to look at Michigan and Indy, they're not similar, but they're close. But his stats at Michigan are really well, and I think, and we've seen him up there, right? The last 5, 6 races, he's really come on. The Fords have come on, and I think he's made a big push. So I agree with you. I would not shy away from Keselowski today.
yeah, both his cars were quick last week. 6 and 17. The Busher was strong last week. Top 10 cars. So I expect them to still be top 10 cars. And I do agree with you about Byron. He's sitting at plus 900, plus 150 for a top 5. You gotta put money on him. He's gonna be tough. And then Chase Elliott, I thought that Chase Elliott had the best car last week. I don't know if they brought the same car back, but he was fast last week, and he got a speeding penalty, and that killed him. So no penalties today. You cannot have that. Outside of that, I think everybody else is pretty much they're just racing. I don't know if anyone else can sneak up. I've seen.
Yeah. What do you think about Truex today? They got a pretty good line on Truex. I couldn't find too much on Marty. I thought Todd might bring some stats for Marty, but I didn't find too much on Truex to really look at him. The books like him today, but
I think the reason he's got a good line is because he failed tech, and then he tried to put a car through qualifying again and got busted. So he's starting last, and then he has to do a drive-through. So he could be a lap down here on lap number 1. So I would stay away from him today.
Bad news.
Not going to be a good strategy. Truex is in trouble today, I think. Now watch, he'll win the race. So maybe put money on him. But I don't see that happening unless some strange events occur. I don't see anybody. I don't see any dark horses or anything like that. I saw Carson Hocevar might have had a little speed. So he's plus 650 for a top 10. Yeah, maybe. But I think everybody's brought their best car. Usually everybody brings their best stuff here. And I bet Spire doesn't have too much to contend with everybody else's best stuff. So we'll see. I like that a little bit. Also like Eric Jones for a top 10 at plus 500. He was hanging around there at Pocono. And you never know. If you get a couple cars that wreck, then he can leapfrog a couple guys. Maybe get a top 10. If you're looking for some long shots. I only found one race matchup. Maybe you found some better ones.
I was buzzing them real quick here to see what's been updated.
Well,
what did you see?
On 365, I saw Christopher Bell over Joey Logano, minus 110. And I think I'll hop on that. I did not look at DraftKings.
I'm looking quickly. Sorry,
Go ahead.
I'm too prepared for this portion, but our Ross Chastain's minus 130 versus Kyle Busch. We've been beating up Kyle Busch a little bit lately. I don't know if minus 130 is a good line, but
deservedly so. Kyle Busch is on a down streak.
Yeah, it's ugly. No, DraftKings pretty tough today, honestly. I don't just looking quickly. I don't see anything. Chris Buescher's plus 100 against Ty Gibbs. That's an interesting line there. Buescher's been decent past couple weeks. Ty Gibbs, his first time around the oval, right? Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, he was super fast last week. He had a engine problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did see that, but I kind of thought that if I was going to bet that, I might bet Gibbs, and I didn't want to do that minus number. But
Yeah, I guess depending on where you're leaning today, they've got a line for Chase Elliott to beat Tyler Reddick. It's plus 140, but I think that's pretty risky today.
Oh yeah,
Reddick looked Reddick looked awfully good. I know we haven't spoke too much about him, but yeah, Reddick looked pretty
He's
good yesterday. So
on the
I think you can
pole.
stay away from that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's fast. He's super fast. But
yeah,
sometimes they mess him up on the pits. So, I think I just trust Hamlin just a little more today. You probably say that every week, but I just
yeah,
I just like Hamlin today. And when I want to go back to that Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain thing, the other two Childress cars, there's three of them this week. And I think Austin Dillon he just missed
yeah.
making the top 10. And then Ty Dillon wasn't slow. So I don't know. Maybe you bet Kyle Busch this week over Chastain. I don't know. Chastain looked horrible. Busch not much better, but man, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not for me. I
Okay.
think if I'm going to bet Kyle Busch, I need like a plus 300 or 400 line there with his results this year. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, we'll see what happens. I did see Austin Dillon sneak up there, and Ty Dillon didn't look horrible. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they found something. I doubt it, but we'll
Well,
see.
we'll
We'll
see.
see.
All right. I have nothing else. Do you have anything else to add?
You know what? I don't. I think that's about it. Like I said, I really like Byron and Chase Elliott today, and I like Christopher Bell. Uh, we'll see what happens with the Fords. See where they come into play. So it's going to be a good race. There's the good weather in town, and skies are blue, and hopefully they
Yeah.
fill the stands, and we'll see what
Well,
happens.
I wish they could fill the stands, but it's probably not going to happen. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, hopefully, after the race, folks will visit Mike's Tavern there, high on the hill, 16th
yeah, high on the
Street,
hill.
east of the track. It'd be great. Be
Yeah,
incredible.
glad you gave them a plug.
Yeah.
So, all
Them
right.
and Jazz Man under the tunnel. So if anybody can spare a buck. So
Well, all right. Thanks for joining me this morning. I know
yeah, make
I know
sure
it's an
you
early
like
one.
and subscribe. Like, subscribe, share away, folks. Good luck today.
Yep. All right. Thanks a lot.
Great.
All right. Now I got to figure out how to turn this off again. So here we go again. You know, this is just crazy. There it is. All right. See you guys later.
There we go.